this before.
We're just gonna go live.
Is this your first time?
Know that it's calm.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Over the music.
Yeah, a little bit.
Hey.
Awesome stuff.
It doesn't matter. Just continue.
Okay.
I have no idea why he did that.
No, I clicked it. He didn't.
We'll start with another episode of
Ray and
Nev.
Nev.
We have a special guest.
Hold on, what episode are you on for the year?
This is episode 4.
Episode 4?
Well, it's supposed to be episode 4, but
Okay.
Well,
you
but
messed
what
up that one
happened
episode.
I really named this episode 3. I thought
It
we
is
would act like
episode
it never
three.
happened.
Damn.
we're not going to act like it never happened because it happened.
I wouldn't
Guys,
thought that
hey,
was-
do you guys need some alone time?
No, not at all. We're just stating the obvious.
We're
It
just
happened,
stating.
Very much obvious.
and
yes.
at that point,
Uh-huh.
you know, Neville needs to take
Full
responsibility
accountability.
for it. Yeah.
Neville, how do you feel
I'm
about
holding him
that?
accountable.
He's
I
holding
feel
you
like-
accountable.
I feel like this is a team effort.
Oh, it is team.
So we need to start using the word "we" more often
Yes, I agree.
instead of
Because there's no I
I
in
agree.
team.
Exactly.
I agree.
Yeah.
All right.
I agree. So we let Neville set up the cameras, and then we messed up.
We
By
let
letting
Neville
him-
down. We let Neville down.
We let Neville down.
We should have looked at Neville's setup, and we didn't.
Probably should have.
So-
set up. Wow.
So
But we're here having this argument. But we haven't
there's a special
introduced
guest.
our special guest.
Our special
Oh my
guest. Oh
God.
my god.
So,
I don't even feel welcome. Let's try it again.
No, we
We're gonna start all over.
Yeah, just-
Okay.
We don't do
Okay.
second
After
takes.
three.
No,
Okay,
but it's
One,
not a second
Ready?
take.
3, 2,
See,
1.
that's
We're
what
not
we're
gonna start
doing.
all over. We're actually
You guys
gonna
aren't
keep
even on
going.
the same page. You start at 1 and you start at 3.
That's how we do it.
We're gonna start over.
We have
In
so much
3,
uniformity when you're
2,
not here.
1, go.
Welcome to episode 3 of Ray and F Show, and we have a special guest. Our special guest today is none other than Tiffany Polite.
Hold on. Let's do the proper introduction.
Okay.
She,
Okay, so that was
Do we-
his introduction. Let Neville do his. Okay,
So
we'll
those Neville
count down
directions.
again.
so
3, 2,
what's it?
1, go. Director of coaching.
So today we have a very special guest.
Mhm.
Not only is she the director of coaching for
Oh,
Rosa Realty,
shoot.
not only is she a successful NAC coach within the company, not only
Absolutely.
is she a multi-million-dollar producer
Oh my
within
God,
the
well,
company,
don't make me cry.
she is the beautiful curly hair.
Oh, damn,
Welcome to the
Ray,
podcast,
you
Tiffany.
suck. That was an introduction.
Hey, Neville learned edifying a lot quicker than I did. I just let girls know what's up.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
This is who you are, Tiffany.
Right. Be who you are already.
That's
Oh
it.
my God.
But not only that,
Hi.
one of the biggest things is you started here.
I
We're
did.
done.
I did. Yes. Actually, I've been all around this office, which I don't know how that sounds, but I was downstairs, and then I remember I had this office, and then we were on the other side.
On the other side,
and then so I've kind of christened the whole thing.
went around the whole office, and then went to a completely other office,
And went to the other office.
the other office,
I did. Yeah, the other side.
the other side, the dark
Yeah.
side. So
Now it's a training room.
Now,
I
it
kinda
is
left
a
my
training
mark.
room
Kind of
now.
left my mark.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
did.
That's true. So how is it? Like, we're gonna go into some questions first
Okay.
as an agent, and then
Okay.
we're gonna go into your new role because
Okay.
we want to discuss that.
So question, actually, I was just going to ask, can we announce that we're talking about the new role?
Well, why wouldn't we know?
Awesome. So
Well,
actually,
you
I
already introduced
I
me. as that.
introduced her and I left something major out. It's one of the most
Oh.
important things.
Harry's mom.
Harry's mother.
That's true. She
Every
is
time.
very mom.
Every time I see Harry, my man Harry, I dap him up and first thing I ask, yo, where your mom?
Oh my God. Along with all his other 15-year-old friends.
And that's how you do it. But this is the thing that you have to think about, right? Like Harry, she has to go to the game with heels. I'm just saying. you
Right.
gotta let her
Let
do
me
it.
be me.
Let her be her.
Right.
It makes
There you go.
no sense. No sense. So
He had a really great game last night, though, you guys.
Did he
Yeah?
win?
Did he
Yeah.
win?
Okay, they didn't win, but Harry had.
But he played a good game.
Harry played a really good game. They didn't
Okay.
score that
So,
much, but
it
what
was-
they
it was
did
a
score, he
great-
scored about half of them points.
Wow.
great team
So
effort.
he did good. Yes.
Great team
Wow.
effort.
It was.
I hope
Not
he
great
was in
team
there
effort.
yelling at the team at the end, like,
No.
I can't do it all, guys.
It was. No, he's not like that.
Was
He's
his
a
back
hard
hurting?
worker.
Because that's what I would say. I was like, hey, my back hurt.
Oh God, I would have been like, go take a Epsom salt bath.
From carrying the goddamn team.
Oh my God.
That's how
No,
we
they
do
have
it.
a good team. They actually had a good record, but yesterday was a tough game.
It probably
But one of
was.
their teammates got hurt the day before, and so I think that kind of weighed on them.
And that's what happens when you're young and you kid around and you get hurt and you can't be in the game. Was it one of the good players?
Yeah.
That's a problem.
Did he get hurt at practice or he was doing
He
some
got
other
hurt
BS?
he got hurt at practice.
Okay.
Yeah, he had to have surgery and everything.
Oh my God! So it's really it was a bad injury.
It was.
Okay.
And then I brought cupcakes for their last game, and I was like, ooh, I don't know if we should be celebrating. But they enjoyed the cupcakes, and they did have a great season.
Yeah, I was
so
gonna
that
say
was
celebrate the season.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
good.
Did you make him get a participation trophy, or you don't believe in participation trophies?
I don't. Do they do participation trophies in high school?
I don't think they do it in high school, but would you?
Would
What's
just
your
go
opinion on
Would
it?
I just go randomly
Yeah.
buy one for it?
I'm just saying, would you? Would you do that?
Here you go, baby. Thanks for participating.
Certificate.
Would you do it? That's the question. Do you believe in him or no?
Yes, I do.
Get him an MVP.
Yeah,
I
Mom-
do. And
mom
I'll
comes
tell
by
you
with
why.
it.
No, I tell you why. Because a lot of times, and even Harry was this kid in 8th grade, he didn't get to play a lot, right? So he had to really take the summer to bust his ass and do what he needed to do.
Okay.
So I think for some of those students who maybe don't get a lot of playtime or don't get a lot of acknowledgement, right, when they're younger, that can mess up your head and it can discourage you. So yeah, maybe you do need a little certificate or something
So let me ask. So let me.
to just say you know what, hey,
this
thanks
is-
for participating, kid.
Well, this is my take on that.
right,
This is
thanks
my
for
take
being
on that.
here.
This is my take on that. If okay, so you said Harry for the first few years.
I said 8th grade.
For
In
eighth
8th grade, his coach played. I mean, Harry played, but not
Not as much.
as
But
much.
this is my thing. But you said something very important. You said he busted his ass.
He
You think
did.
he busted his ass because he didn't play as much the year before?
Yeah.
Absolutely. So did you give him a participating trophy that year?
No, but he did win an award though. He did get something. He
All right.
got the biggest hustler or the most hustler. Number
So
one
he was
hustler
so
or
to
something
be
like
fair,
that.
So he
to
had
be
work
fair,
ethic
he was
at the
already
time.
Yeah, well,
he
gets
was
it
already
from-
pushing.
I see.
He was already pushing. You get what I'm saying? So at
He
that
was.
point,
Mhm.
it wasn't the participation trophy that made him want to do that. It was him. It was just his grit, and plus, having a mom that is kind of a competitor. Because we know you did
That's actually
competitor,
what I do remember from you being in this office. He's very competitive.
super competitive.
I am.
Who's winning? Not next month. So we're gonna ask you agent questions,
Okay.
and then we're gonna go through that. And I'll go ahead and have Neville ask the first one.
The first question, I wasn't even ready, but
Just throw it out there. Don't make it weird asking questions. This is not an interview.
so what got you started in real estate?
So I was actually in retail. I started working in retail, and you guys, I had a really tough visit, right? But before my tough visit, I had already taken my real estate classes. Because my grandfather was in real estate. So the answer to the question is my grandfather, but let me tell you how I kind of rolled into it. So I had a really tough visit, and I remember going to sit with my boss at the time. And when we sat down after the visit, I was like, yeah, I'm resigning today. Wow. And he's like, no,
What company was it?
I'm not going to say.
Okay.
What was the initial?
But it starts with an E. You already probably know. Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
So he's like, no, that's not what this is about. And I was like, yeah, it's not. But I wasn't waking up,
Excited.
enjoying my job anymore. I
Makes sense.
wasn't. And I was taking away time from my son, who was, obviously younger at the time. So I ended up still resigning.
Did you give him 2 weeks?
I did. I gave
Okay.
them more than that. And I had
Okay.
an extra manager in place at the time. So at the time, I ended up resigning. I still did inventory, and I left in a good way. But yeah, it was my grandfather that made me do it. But what really pulled the trigger was when I started to continuously wake up and feel like this is not
This is not for me. This is not what I want.
I wasn't happy anymore. I wasn't passionate about what I was doing. But I still love retail and I still love clothes.
Yeah, no. Trust me. I
I
know.
do.
Women, I know a lot of women, especially my wife, loves retail. So
Yeah,
and loves clothes.
yeah.
Yep. Just look at her closet. What advice can you give a new agent? What should they do? They're brand new, brand spanking new off the street. And you being a coach, this is a very fitting question for you.
Yeah, that was going
Being
to be
the
my
director.
answer. And I take my director hat off, right? So when I think of this question, I really think of what I feel, a brand new agent really needs is guidance. So you need a coach, right? Even me right now, currently as a director, we're in a coaching program as a corporate team,
Yeah.
right? So there's no stage in your life that I feel like you shouldn't have a coach. Like Oprah had a coach, and this person, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
it
Big
doesn't
names
matter
have
what stages.
coaches. It doesn't. It really doesn't. So get yourself a coach because in true transparency, you know, I mean, obviously you were my coach, but there's things that the coaching department was missing. Like we didn't know about setting up a business. We didn't know about how to file your taxes. We didn't know, but you know what I mean? There's certain things that, like, as somebody coming out of a W-2 job, which is majority of people,
Yep, absolutely.
they have no clue. And so if you don't have a clue, you don't have a mentor. I was super lucky to be in this office. Like, think of how many agents didn't start in an office that had family culture, for one, right? So I knew I was going to be protected no matter what, and didn't have people who truly cared. Like, even, and I shared this with Joe when I had a conversation with him. No, get off your phone. Oh my God, you're so...
we actually have someone coming in.
Where?
And,
in the
A
room?
new agent actually
Coming
coming
out?
in. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure he didn't text me because the door was locked.
Yeah.
But I had this conversation with Joe. Like, when I first started, I interviewed different brokerages. Do you remember that? Like, I came here.
Yep.
Because I knew Rodney and I knew Ray. And I came here and I was like, oh, I love this office. I love this atmosphere. But I was like, but I stay over there by Dr. Phillips. So let me go. I interviewed our Dr. Phillips office, and I interviewed a couple different brokerages. And then I was like, even though some of them like, oh, I give you this lead, give you that. But it you know, they didn't really sell me on what was important to me, which was the culture, the family, and the environment. So
in regards to that, I want to back up another question to that, because obviously you saw the family, you saw the culture, you saw how important that was, but you knew people here, right?
I did.
You knew people. You knew me. You knew, Rodney. But other people that are coming in, should they interview several offices?
Yes.
Do you recommend it?
Absolutely. Oh my God,
I do too.
told Joe in front of him, I said, I still tell people to do that, like, to this day.
Yeah, you have to.
Because one thing, I think you have to, but another thing is you have to stand by what you really believe in.
Correct.
Right? And so you believe in this organization. And so for believing in this organization, hey, if I stand by my product, you can go test another product.
Yeah, go compete.
Go compete. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Go see what else is out there. And then when you're ready to come home, we always accept you with open arms.
Yep, absolutely. 100%.
Next question. Answer.
Thank you. What now? Do I get a participation award?
We get high five.
We don't give that here.
We
We
give
give you high
high
five.
five.
We don't
Dang.
give participation trophies here.
Oh, that's why I didn't bring my own wine.
Yeah, that's it.
So,
All right, what's next?
what has real estate changed in your life?
You know, real estate has humbled me, I think, in a lot of ways.
It does that.
So I'll share, you know, what I love to share is my testimony, right? And a lot of people probably know now because I've shared it before. But I had to have my parents pay my bills for 2 months.
Yeah.
When I started. It's like, I'm a grown-ass woman with a whole grown-ass, he wasn't grown at that time, but he's big, but with a grown-ass kid. And I'm like, man, I had to have my parents pay my bills. And when I say it's so humbling, and I always tell agents and coaches and leaders, never chase the money, chase the transaction. Do what's right for the client, because the money will come. Because the minute you start chasing after that money, God's like, you don't need it.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I
You
tell
have
you
to
this.
humble yourself. I think it's made me very humble in a sense that I'm grateful. I'm really,
absolutely.
really grateful.
You have to be. And I tell the story
I'm
from
gonna sip
when
my tea.
I tell the story from like when you started with us. Like I remember, you were driving the Mazda truck.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I'll never forget the Mazda truck. And
The Mazda truck was almost as old as my son, and I'm gonna tell you a story about that.
all right. And one day I remember we were having a conversation and you said to me, well, I do
Insurance.
Zumba
Zumba.
insurance. Zumba insurance.
I was truly working like 3 jobs.
And
but again,
and real
because I
estate.
had to ask my parents to pay my damn bills. I was like,
But do you remember what I told you that day?
you gotta pick a lane.
You got to pick a lane, and then you
He's like,
did, and look
gotta
at you
pick
now.
one. He's like, just focus on real estate. And I'm like, real estate ain't got a bill. You in it to it, come out. So. But I did. I focused on it, and I share that actually, Ray, which is so funny. I share that story with new agents because I want them to know, like, just because I'm in this director position, it doesn't. I'm still human, and
Correct.
I've still been through those things. And that
We all been through
Mazda,
that.
yes. Let me tell you guys, with that Mazda, I would still be riding my Mazda if a client didn't say something to me. I mean, it was like till the wheels fell off, literally, because it was literally almost as old as Harry.
I was the same way.
We bought it. I bought it literally months after I had my baby, and a client, I picked him up once, and he's like, how much money do you make a year? I was like, motherfucker.
Yeah, well, this is the
Right.
thing. This is the thing.
It's
So
terrible.
it's funny
but
that it's
people
funny that you say
judge
that.
you on stuff
I agree.
like that.
I agree, and that
But-
happened to me
Yeah, but
because
you,
I drove my Honda Civics. I had a Honda Civic from 2002. I drove it almost 12 years
oh my god.
and 5 years in the real estate
See?
business.
See?
And then it was actually my wife. She's the one that said to me, she said, "Babe, you're making money. Why the heck do you keep driving that Civic?" I'm like, "It's a great car. It's not breaking down. You know, why do I need a car payment? You know." And at the end of the day, people do judge you based on that. But
they do.
you know, and at the end of the day, I mean, you're driving an Audi now.
But it was it was nice to upgrade. I can
Yes.
tell you that.
It feels good.
I
doesn't it?
love my seat warmers.
Yes.
I love when I pull up and I'm like, yeah, I got the Audi.
Yeah.
Oh, you have the Audi?
Yeah,
Right.
Exactly.
I'm getting a new car soon.
Oh wow, what's the new
I'm
car?
not gonna tell you guys. You just got to see me pull up.
Is it going to be exotic?
It's the Maserati truck.
Everything about me is exotic.
I know. That's why I asked you.
It only.
So there ain't gonna be no Ford Explorer. You know that.
We know she's not going back to the Mazda.
There ain't gonna be no
No,
Mazda.
Mazda ain't got no seat warmer.
No, I'm gonna tell you guys, the new Mazdas are dope. I'm
Yeah,
not
okay.
gonna lie.
Yeah.
Like
Manny
I
bought
think you're
one.
worried on
Rick,
that. Oh, actually,
Yes,
he did.
yes.
Yeah.
It
Fully
is
loaded.
Yeah, this
You
thing is
see?
fully loaded.
I tell you guys, stop sleeping on brands, y'all. It's not about the brand, even though
It's
in this
not.
business it definitely is. But whatever.
Yeah, well, they kind of judge it, but then you just show them your bank account, then they stay quiet.
Oh well, that's not being very humble though, right? Yeah, look at this bank account.
I
I don't need
humble. Yeah, humble. No, we don't do that around here.
Oh my God.
What are we humble for?
No, you have
No, we're
to.
grateful.
What's
for
it?
everything.
You do have to be
I'm
grateful. Yeah,
I'm 100% grateful.
Listen,
When you get,
I
when you get a
always
chance
say
to look
this.
up the meaning of humble.
yeah.
It's not
you're
what you
right.
think it
No,
means.
it's grateful. You're right.
it's grateful because this is the thing you have to
That's very
understand.
true, Neville.
And I always say this about like when a guy, right? If a guy works out, he has an amazing physique and he's walking around with no shirt,
Oh
right?
yeah, well show us,
Hold
right?
on, I can't do that. I can't do that right now, but I'm working on that. So when they have a great physique, I used to be like, look at that show off, right? But then I started thinking, how hard is it to get that body, right? And then I started to say to
Well, now
myself,
it's easy. Just there's a couple of doctors out there.
I can't do that. I can't do that. I prefer the hard way. So, but
Still
let's say
works.
you see how hard you see how hard it is, right? So you'd be like, shoot, if I was to work that hard, I'm gonna, I tell baby all the time, if I get there, when I get there,
When you get
when
there,
I get there,
watch out,
one
girl.
day I said I'm gonna come to work with a tie, no shirt.
Oh,
That's
Why?
gonna be. I'm gonna be Liver King, the
Liver
realtor,
King, real-
because
because you work your ass off for that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Let me know what day that is so I say, hey.
You gotta fill it up.
Yeah. I'm gonna be showing houses that day.
Now, here's a controversial question. Here's a controversial question, right?
What?
Why La Rosa Orlando? I know you said that you interviewed everybody else, but what specifically drove you here?
I mean the family, the
What was the number one thing?
culture. I would say it was the culture. It wasn't you. It wasn't Rodney. It was the culture. When I walked into this office, the very first day I came to literally meet with Rodney, open arms, everybody. JC, you, Frank, obviously Rodney. Everybody was just so nice, so
I
welcoming.
100% believe that everybody in this office had a drinking problem last time.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. And
Yeah,
I don't know if that's gone.
I
To be honest,
I
I'm
hope it
drinking
is.
tea right now because
Yeah,
it's
you're
the
Throw,
only,
you throw.
yeah, it's the only way you should do
Yeah,
these shows.
yeah,
And
absolutely.
you go, oh my god, I'm gonna get you guys some mugs.
What
Oh my
mugs?
god, I'm gonna get mugs with your names on the front.
Oh, that would be so awesome.
Oh my
Awesome.
god!
We would love that.
I just thought about that. It's not going to be a surprise now, and everybody out there. Nobody better try to get the mugs before. Like a real TV
If you need to mail,
show.
if you need to mail the mugs, it's 1805 West Colonial Drive.
With a sweet.
But she's gonna
better
get them for
not.
us. She's gonna get them for
Yeah.
us.
Oh,
So
you
don't
guys need
mail us something
them.
else like a shirt. You know?
T-shirt,
Right.
yeah,
Or
yeah.
a tie and baby oil for Ray, because that's what.
That's pretty much what I need in order to do what I want to do. So, all right, Neville. Next question.
Neville.
You already
This is
answered
fun.
why.
No, the next one right below that.
But you
Right
already
below.
answered why.
Yeah.
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 I said it's the culture.
So,
One thing, you guys make everybody
Neville,
feel very welcome.
can you just stop drinking the tea? You
No.
forgot that she answered the question.
It's
I didn't.
But
I was
Neville,
drinking
you know
tea
what?
before
today-
But wait. So let's ask. I want to ask the question to Neville because remember, you and I were already here,
Correct.
and Neville joined at a later date, and you were brought in by Frank. So why La Rosa for you?
So it's not why La Rosa, it's why La Rosa Orlando.
Why La
Because
Rosa
I was already
Orlando?
because I was already in La Rosa
Yeah.
when I met Frank.
Yeah.
I was at a
Mm.
different office.
He was coached by Frank.
I was
Frank
I
was
remember
Frank was my coach. So he invited me to this office one time, and I seen the atmosphere as well. And I was
Yep.
like, oh, this is.
You see?
So I'm lying. That's not even what actually brought me here. I forgot. I
Just
met
kidding.
Ray.
Can you erase that?
Erase that. No, but I met Ray at Do It Now.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
that's right. That's right.
And he.
Was it the Do It Now we were all there at?
Probably.
It was at the hotel by SeaWorld?
Yes.
Yes, that's the one.
Yeah.
That's
So
the
I met Ray, and he was like, "Yeah, just come for coaching." And I was like, "Where's the office at?" And he told me where the office was. I'm like, "I didn't even know it was there." So I get here, and
Nobody knew where our office was.
Yeah, nobody.
Yeah.
And I get here, and we were using the bullpen as, I guess, for coaching.
Mm-hmm.
And I just remember I walked in, and I was like, "Wow, every woman in here is beautiful."
Oh.
So it was you guys.
Yeah.
It was me,
You guys-
Phyllis, Angelica, Andy.
I'm like, everybody in here is so young and beautiful. What is this? What we coaching on today? What
Right.
is this, right?
Rosa does have a bunch of good-looking agents.
Yeah,
so.
So yes, I came for a few more coaching sessions after that.
We got some male
Thank
models
you,
like myself.
Neville.
and then and then I met Frank after that, and then he invited me to the office, and I was like, "Damn, can I just transfer over here?"
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
How's that work?
Pretty much how it went down.
Yeah.
So, okay, I kind of know the answer to this one, but we're going to ask it anyway.
Okay.
When you were a kid in high school, who were you?
Okay, so in full.
And you can't lie because I know.
No. Let me tell you guys though. In high school, right, my 9th grade year, I was a tomboy. I was a straight tomboy. Remember Carl Kanai? You maybe too.
Yeah.
Yes.
I used to wear Carl Kanai
I
with
have a
my
story about
hair
Park Night.
slicked back,
Yeah.
in a ponytail. Okay, share your story.
So my uncle was roommates with the guy who created it. Actually, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, in New York.
Hey. You
Yeah.
think he's still? I'm single.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll talk about it.
We'll talk about it off air.
No.
We'll talk about it off air.
Neville's face. Oh my God. Okay, so 9th grade.
You were a tomboy.
I was a tomboy. 10th grade, I remember my best friend, Nancy Fernandez. I remember she wanted to try out for cheerleading as like a joke, right? Because of course the cheerleaders were like, who wants to be a cheerleader back then? We tried out and I freaking made varsity for my junior.
I remember.
Oh man.
I was like, my mom's like, joke's on you. Looks like you're a cheerleader now. I was like,
And then she became very cheery.
Yeah.
And then I did. I did. I was
Do
sprinkling.
you think you were an
love.
introvert and then went into became
Yes,
extrovert?
But
Is that
you
what
realize
happened?
how much fun it was being an extrovert.
No, absolutely. Like even I remember just being younger. I always wanted to be with my mom. I was always underneath her or my grandfather. Like I didn't want to talk to her. I was very shy. Like if seriously, like if you guys interview my mom, ask her. Like was she shy?
We can have her next week.
Yeah, she's not coming that far. She stays in Haines City, but
We'll go to
I mean,
her.
Well, she may do that.
If she's cooking for us, we can pull up.
Yeah, we can pull up. Definitely pull up. If it's some good food, we're
Right.
pulling up.
Tiffany, what do you want that?
Yeah, you're right. But yeah, so I just started to blossom into a completely different person. Like
In high school.
yeah,
That's
and
cool.
I just
Did
became
you do
a
any college?
cheerleader, and so I went to fashion design school. I went to a
Oh, wow,
fashion
I didn't know
design
that.
school. Yeah,
Okay.
so that's what
Something-
my degree is in fashion design and merchandising. Hey, I can sell the hell out of some real estate.
Yeah, look at that.
But it
Let's
kind
mess
of
up
goes,
these
it
walls.
kind of goes, yeah, but it kind of goes together if you think about it, like
Yeah, it does.
interior design,
Interior
right?
design,
Remember, I designed my office downtown, and then even,
Oh, you
you
did that.
know,
Yeah.
I did
yeah.
my
Why I didn't know that?
no, you know.
I thought it was- I thought it was
I
Ron.
feel like I don't know you.
Hey,
Yeah,
Tiff.
oh my God.
Tiff, question for you. Tiffany, question for you.
Yes.
And be serious.
Okay.
Did you design or interior decorate the whole downtown office, or
Not a piece. Rodney actually did the whole thing.
I'm telling you,
Are you-
Rodney.
are you questioning Rodney right now? I mean, not.
No.
I'm questioning. You know,
Damn.
there was that thing that we, when the guy was like well dressed all the time.
Metrosexual.
You know? Yeah, exactly.
No, he likes sexy things. He likes his office sexy. His
I
women
know, but
sexy.
But
He
how
likes
do
sexy
you
things.
envision that just deliver?
You guys,
so
so there's a
well?
lot.
You know what I'm
There's
saying?
a lot.
Like
of,
his interpretation's really good.
No,
And by the
you-
way, this
you
is
look
all
at-
compliments, Rodney.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. No, he's amazing. He's amazing at decorating. Maybe his calling is interior decorating.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm just saying.
But you go to places like West Elm, you go to and it's not even really, you guys, I'll tell you this. It's about picking pieces and just looking and see what, plug it in
and see how it looks in the room.
When I did my office, I literally was shopping everywhere, and I had Aaron and Lewis in the office and just bags and bags and bags and bags of stuff. And I would be like, okay, this goes here. Okay, this goes here. Okay, this goes back. This goes in. And it was just like a plug and play.
Okay.
Because shopping is my favorite thing. So
I don't know when you say this.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
got that.
I heard that. I don't think we got it on video, but no. I mean, yeah, you could definitely.
He has a great eye.
He has a great eye.
We'll just
He has a great eye.
He has a great eye. He could maybe be on a TV show in it if that's what we're
Absolutely,
referring to.
100%. So
Okay, what else?
this is important because it's exciting to me.
Mhm.
You know, because I watched you grow.
You did.
I watched you grow.
Yeah.
I watched you grow from rookie of the year
Yeah,
with the office and the company.
I remember. Out in
So-
Maitland, I got that.
Yes,
We
yes.
had our Maitland.
A last minute put together party that we did with your
Literally.
DJ came through. That was
Yeah.
awesome.
Andre Mack.
Yeah. Shout out to Andre. He came through last minute, which is pretty cool.
He's
My
an
brother
Eagles
came in as a
fan, although
bartender.
I'm still bitter
Oh,
about
yeah.
the game.
The game. What happened?
Oh,
What kind of?
Philly put that whooping on San Francisco.
San Francisco was like on their
Don't do
fifth
that.
string.
Don't do that.
That's what
Let's
happened.
get back to the question.
That's what happened.
Get rid of one.
yeah.
Are you a Philly fan
Are
too?
you-
I'm a San Francisco fan. I was
That's
born
what
in
I'm
Cali.
saying. But that's what I'm saying. San Francisco would have won that if Brock would have still been playing. They would have won.
Thank you.
I think so.
Okay. That makes sense.
Philly sucks to me, but we also have a Philly fan here.
I'm
That
like Philly did really good actually. Okay,
Yeah,
well, go
they
ahead.
did. They dominated. But keep in mind they were going up against a fifth string quarterback.
Yeah.
All right. So obviously I watched you grow, rookie of the year. Now you've come up and became a coach, and then from there got the director of coaching position, which is amazing. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
What's new in the coaching world? Like, what are you adding that's
I'm
new to La Rosa? Something exciting.
So, well, I can't really say it's exciting, but I think it's definitely something that's needed. So, in the past, and you guys will hear me repeat this when I come back for your office visit.
Okay.
But in the past, we focused a lot on just new agents, right?
Mhm.
So, what happens to those middle and top tier, like those top producing agents? Like, they get no love. Let's just be honest, right?
Yeah.
Once you graduate out of NAC, it's like, great job. All right, keep it going. Remember what you learned. But what if you're a new agent that you had your first 3 deals with your mom, your uncle, and your brother, and you didn't really, you know what I'm saying?
You didn't really
You
get
didn't
the
learn
experience.
anything.
Yeah.
And then, or what if they were all new construction?
Yeah.
So like, you don't know. So I think, making sure that we have a platform for that middle agent, whether they're closing, new
Well-
agents are 0 to 12, middle agents about 13 to 23, and then the top tier is usually 24 plus. Yeah.
So, and I'm glad that you brought that up, because if you really think about it, when an agent, even though they graduated, sometimes you see them go like this. They're doing good. They got their 3, and then they graduate and boom.
Yep.
Plummet. Yes.
And their
And I've
career
had a situation like that at the office downtown. So that's why you have to kind of pull them aside and say, okay, well, what's going on?
Yep.
One thing that I love about our coaching program, and I encourage all my coaches to do this, is just because somebody graduates out your program, it doesn't mean that you stop talking to them. They can still come to your
get that support.
program.
Get
They
that
can
support.
still get that support from you, from your broker, and I encourage them also to bring those agents back to, like a class, right?
Oh yeah.
Have them
So
talk
their
about
success stories.
successes, but their struggles,
Yeah.
more importantly. Like, everybody always talking about success, and I think that that's a great thing, but talk about your struggles, because if Neville's coming on as a new agent and, I just graduated out of this program, I want to share with him, listen, shit sucks.
Yeah, do's and
This
don'ts.
is hard. This is super hard. But you know what? Look at where I'm at. Because Neville, I'm sure, is feeling like, I'm not getting ready to do this. Like, how many new agents drop out because they have absolutely no clue as to what's going on?
Yeah.
And they're like, man, I can't do this. Because we're like, okay, make those calls. You got to prospect. You got to do this. You got to do that. And then it's like they're discouraged because they're not seeing the results.
Correct.
Right? So it takes at least 6 months
And
most
people-
of the time for
And
your
people
first
don't even
transaction.
realize that. And that's what happened to Kenya.
Mm-hmm.
First it took her 6 months to get her first deal, but her first deal made her 20,000.
Mhm.
So keep in mind, so think about it like that. So you got 2,000.
Okay, maybe.
I think it might have been 3. I did see that check. So it was, but that's what happens. A lot of people don't realize, and I'm glad that you brought that up because it's important that we do share, the struggles that most agents go through. Because if you're in this business long enough, you went through them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You went through them. So,
Look at me. I mean, I'm my own testimony.
Yeah, which is a great testimony.
I struggled. I was in coaching. I was a coach, and I'm the director of coaching.
Awesome.
And it also shows my passion along the way.
Yeah,
You know what
Absolutely.
I mean? I think you have to definitely be passionate.
Do you wake up every morning excited to come to work now?
Not necessarily. I wake up every morning and say, like, what can I do differently today to make this program better? And I really spend a lot of time on self-care in the morning, truthfully. A lot of reading, journaling, meditating. I would say exercise, but I'd be lying. I don't.
So she gets out of the house at 1.
I know.
Yeah, right?
No, because Harry's in high
So-
school
Wait a
now.
minute. Yeah,
Harry's
I've been
in
on
high
plenty
school
of Zoom
now.
calls with you in the morning. You're definitely home.
Yeah. Well, I will say this.
No,
I will
for
say
real.
this. I will say this. I will say this.
Because when I get in a groove, I get in a groove. I hate to get in a groove and then have to oh my God, I gotta move. So when I'm home, I can be in a groove. When I'm here, when I was here, I was freaking distracted all the time. Let's be honest. Because we're always somebody always wants something to drink. We go for 2-hour lunches.
Okay, that 2-hour lunches, I will not take credit
We
for that.
go for
Two
and
hours.
he wants to go to
The
Hawkers.
king of 2-hour lunches is Ray.
Oh my God.
Whoa, whoa,
You
wait,
go to
whoa,
KFC
whoa,
with Ray,
whoa.
You're gonna be there for 2 hours.
Right.
Whoa, hey, how did I become the king of 2 hours?
You've always been from the
Right.
very first day I
Yeah.
got here. They said, "Hey, if you go to lunch with Ray, make sure you don't have nothing planned." After.
Yeah, you can't plan anything, right?
You remember?
I remember
You remember?
interviewing Lewis. To be a damn coach. And he's on the phone. I'm like, are you ready for your call? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, are you in the car? We just come back from lunch. I'm like, what is going on? You're taking this serious, Lewis? I was like, call me when you get some.
First of all, do you guys remember the time?
And you were the driver.
Yes, I was. Do you remember the time I left Rodney at the restaurant?
No.
You don't remember that?
No.
Oh my God! So we go to the event. We had the La Rosa Legacy Summit, which used to be at the museum, Science Museum.
Right. I remember
Right?
that.
So Rodney rides with me from the office. We get to the restaurant. And then somebody calls me hey, meet me over here. And I'm like, all right, let's go. So I get up and go, and Rodney's.
Oh my God. How are you guys friends?
He called me. He texted me, yo, where you at? Oh shit! That's what I responded. I said, oh shit, my bad.
Oh my God.
But he got a ride. There was other agents there.
You got it right. And then that's
He
when
didn't
you
have to-
start.
Right.
You're right there.
Because of that.
With that.
That started what? The beef?
Yes, because you love him.
Sheesh.
It was not intentional. It was not intentional. But it was funny.
Right?
Should we talk about Frank's wallet situation? No, let's stop. Let's not do that.
What
Let's
happened
not
with Frank's wallet?
Does it even exist?
Does it even exist?
Oh no.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Frank, does your wallet exist?
That's messed up. Frank, when you watch this, I did not mean to bring that up. So anyway.
Or did he?
Next question.
Bum, bum, bum.
Now, Frank, I will say this. Frank came on the podcast and he brought us wine,
He
talked
did bring
about it.
us wine,
I
yeah.
think he's selling wine on the low.
I feel like yeah.
He knew everything about the wine.
Did he?
Brand, color.
What kind of wine was it?
It
It was that one right there.
No,
No,
it
it
was
was
drink.
weird. It was like a red
It was a really good one. It was
It
a
was
red
actually
one.
pretty good.
It was really good. It was like
We'll come back on.
we drank it. Oh, there it goes. That's a bottle.
Listen. The one.
Oh, it's empty. Yeah, trust me, it's empty. We drank it.
Okay, so next time I come, I'll bring champagne.
You'll bring,
Actually, I'm gonna bring
you'll bring
champagne.
champagne and you bring our cups.
Yeah, I'm gonna have
All
those
right,
cups.
so we'll have her on the podcast
We have
next
to
week.
tell that. Wait, we gotta get them.
So,
I think we might have some technical
no, we're good.
difficulties.
We're good. We should be good. Yeah, we're good. We're back on.
Okay.
So, why do you think makes La Rosa coaching different than other companies?
What do I think makes it different? Actually, the coaches.
Okay.
Truthfully, I think coaches. Let's be honest, guys. There's so much of the same information out there. Right? Read the same book.
Yeah, you
A lot of people
don't
read the
reinvent the
same
wheel.
books.
Yeah.
A lot of people join the same book programs. A lot of people different things, right? So they say it's the same material. What makes coaches different in our organization is the passion that they truly have. And if they don't have it, I've had to have conversations with some to say maybe this isn't it for you. Because one thing that we need to just love up on these new agents, encourage new agents. And if you are not a coach or a leader who is taking this program into that direction, you're not for this program.
Makes sense.
So I think it's the coaches. And
I'll
even share a testimony. I mean, even here, but so I'm not going to use him as an example. I don't wanna,
Yeah, exactly.
But we were in Aileen's office, the elite office in Tampa, and it was nice to see some of the agents in there talk about Kenny Medina.
The coach.
And he's a new coach who I interviewed, so I was like so proud about that. But I was happy to hear that. And then another thing, when like Pedro had Lewis from this office teach a class, right?
Yes.
And then even like Neville, like his behavior, like him showing, like there's just different things that I look at when I think of a coach, their leadership skills, how they show up for not just their agents, how they show up for themselves, how they show up for the organization. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Even the things that I do for the coaches.
I was
like
really proud
the
of Lewis.
boys there. Yeah.
I was really proud of Lewis. That class was packed.
Yeah,
Oh.
it was like 40-something people in that.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it was packed.
See, like those are the type of things that I think set this coaching department. Like it makes it different.
I'll tell you what I think makes it different too, that it's very unique to us as opposed to everyone else, is we don't charge up front like all the other coaches.
Mhm.
Every other coaching program out there, pay us $1,000 and we'll show you how to do this. Pay us $500, pay us $1,500. And I said, no, let's go ahead and show you how to do it. And we get paid once you close.
Yeah.
And that's us putting our money where our mouth
We
is.
get paid for the result.
Yeah.
Yeah, that does make us different, but in a sense the same. Like we're still asked, like we still have to be compensated, right? People have to be
100%.
compensated for their time. But I think, having somebody who's truly passionate about what they do, it doesn't feel like work for
It
them.
doesn't.
You
It
know
doesn't.
what I mean? Like if somebody calls Neville right now, like he's waiting
He's
for
waiting
an
on a new agent. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That's the prime example.
And
Like
that
we're in
agent,
the middle of
that
doing
agent,
something.
that agent's gonna be a
He's
rock star.
waiting for a new
Oh,
agent.
yeah,
Yeah, he's gonna be
Conversation,
like,
how we
he's already making calls like crazy. So
But you see what I'm
yeah.
saying? But that doesn't come from him. That comes from having a leader who is leading by example and demonstrating those
Oh, yeah,
behaviors, right?
Absolutely.
So that's what makes our organization, our coaching department and organization different.
it makes it different. It makes it special too.
Is
Because
anyone taking me to dinner after this?
no.
Yeah, for sure.
Did I not take? Did you not eat free food when I took you out last time? Because
First
now
of
it's
all, I
Neville's
love
turn.
that Neville like always says for sure. Now sometimes he answers too fast, so we don't know if it's the truth.
Yeah, we can go to dinner,
But-
definitely.
But
Oh,
you're like,
is
but
he
who paying?
Yeah, for real. Like,
You see what I'm saying?
So Frank Jr., you left your wallet?
I left my wallet. I'm like,
I'll bring my wallet. I'm gonna get drinks. You feel me?
Neville has left his wallet.
Oh,
He did pull him.
damn.
I was about to call him Frank one day.
Oh,
was about to do
genuine,
it was a
that's true.
okay.
All right, Neville. Next question.
So this is a major question. This is a 2-part question.
Okay.
All right. So part number 1, what is your ultimate goal in real estate?
To leave my son with multiple units or I guess a legacy, right?
Yeah.
I wanna really be an example to him. And I know right now like it's a little tough because he's like, oh my God, you're always working. But I want him to see like mommy ran her own business,
Yeah,
right? And I
you
love
did.
the fact that I explained to him like, okay, this is mommy's new role, which he was so proud of me. And I call myself mommy, but whatever.
Yeah.
So this is mommy's new role, but I'm doing this and I do this. So I explained to him like what I'm doing because I want to be able to leave him something.
Yeah.
I can't leave him my real estate license,
Mhm.
but I can leave him,
Work ethic.
my work ethic. Yeah. And knowing like hard work really pays off.
It does.
And so
It does.
that's my ultimate goal. I don't have to have a bank account. It'd be nice to have a bank account with, 6 figures in
commas,
this thing. You
right?
know what I'm saying?
That's all you want. That's all you're asking for.
That's what I want for real. But I want to leave him with something so that he knows, like, damn, my mom worked really hard to do this, and this is how she did it.
Yeah.
Through real estate. So
No, and that's amazing. I mean, that's what you want to do for all your kids. Like I have for my
Well,
kids,
we
I
have
want to do
one,
the same
right?
thing.
Yeah, so
I have
he's
3.
spoiled, so he'll get it all.
Yeah, you need to get.
Yeah,
you
right.
know,
I'm in my 40s. Nothing else is coming out of me.
you need a second child. Then.
Well,
He needs a brother.
I'll get
Right?
it all. He does say
He's a
that.
sibling.
He does say. Well, he has a sister from his dad's side, so I call her my baby also.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
so-
he does have somebody.
And the guys ask for her at the games as well, so it's equal love.
Dang.
Yeah. So here he
He
gets
knows how to
it.
fight, right?
He does.
Word, that's all that matters. Yeah.
So he
Yeah,
gets
sure,
equal.
one time.
martial arts
He gets
and
equal
basketball.
love.
Yeah, yeah.
They're like, "Yeah, your sister coming to the game?" And he'll call and be like, "Are you coming to my game?"
Yeah.
Like, he
If you're not
does.
coming, I'm gonna have to bring
He
mom.
does.
You know,
Right.
I'm not getting no playtime.
Right.
you guys are distracted.
It's coaching.
You're up there looking at my mom. You know. Have you guys seen the video of the coach that is having an interview and he goes, I have 22. You're not supposed to have excuses, but I have 22 excuses. 11 on my offense.
Seriously.
Yeah.
It's true.
So it's crazy. So
And we got some bodies, I'm gonna tell you that. We are healthy women walking through that gym.
listen,
Neville's like,
And
when's this
obviously-
next game? Uncle Neville, the season is over. You didn't make it.
you didn't make it. You didn't make the cut. You didn't
Right,
make
you
the
didn't make
cut.
any of the damn game.
So all right. So
What's the second
continue
part
on.
to
What's
the
the next
question?
question?
So the second
Second part.
part is actually, what is your ultimate goal in life?
I don't know. That's kind of hard. Like, what do you say your ultimate goal is? To be happy?
Is it?
That's for you.
I know,
Right.
but like that's what everybody says. I don't know if I have. I mean, an ultimate goal is just to be a better version of me every day.
Okay.
Like
That's
that's
a good one.
that's
Yeah.
truly what my ultimate goal is. I mean, a lot of self-care. I'm in therapy.
Awesome.
In therapy? Whoa.
Yeah. But not okay, see, people look at therapy as a bad thing, right? They look at it as like, damn, Tiff says she's in therapy, something's fucked up. But it's not. Like it's
Okay.
nice to have an
That's
outlet.
pretty
Like you have your girl. No, just be honest though. You have your girlfriends who you talk to. But if you talk to your girlfriends about certain situations, it could be very biased, right? Because they're
Correct.
always going to be with you. They're not going to be with
No,
the
yeah.
situation is.
It makes 100%.
And then, you know, you talk to your parents and your parents, like, you know, people always back you. But when you have somebody who you can talk to about whatever it is, like, truth be told, I just love my therapist. Shout out to Denise. I love
Shout
her
out Denise.
and I can talk to her like a girlfriend and
Mhm.
she gives it to me like
Straight. And
straight.
it may not be what
So
you
she,
need.
she
And-
looks at you like, no, you was the problem.
Right.
You-
She'll tell me. She's like, so and she'll like sit. I'm like, I get it. Like I shouldn't have done that, but and she's like, okay, so why did you?
Yeah.
Oh no. You know what I mean? Like she's so
she gives it to you
it's-
real. Which
she
is
gives
what-
it to me real and she's authentic and I mean I enjoy her so I don't look at it as like oh damn therapy but people put so much on like oh my gosh she's going to therapy but people need that
People need
like
it. People need
well,
I
it.
agree.
after
I agree.
and not even blaming it on COVID but like after COVID a lot of things changed within people that they're not communicating and they're not talking about it's a lot of mental health
Well,
issues
suicide rates went up.
suicide rates
tremendously.
when our kids
Tremendously,
like
yeah.
even in our kids like seriously our kids are so like you know lost I want to say in
They
sense
lost 2 years of
because
their
they
lives.
lost
Yeah.
social skills so I just you know I want to always just become a better version of me whether it's I read more every day you know I commit to the crunches I'm supposed to do every
How
day
the six pack look.
but it's looking more like a 2
Hey,
but 2 is better than 0
I mean, it's close to none, but it's better
I'm
than
working
one.
on the pet pack. You know what I mean?
and everybody has a goal. Everybody has a
Exactly.
goal. But just being, I think, a better version of me so that, I mean, at the end of the day, my son is the most important thing to me. So I always want him to see his mother, you know, reaching for the next level and elevating
Absolutely,
herself.
absolutely.
So,
And I say the same thing about what you said. You know, 2 years. You know, 2 years of being the way our kids were.
yeah.
They do need that social skill. And I tell my kids all the time. I'm like, you know what's gonna make you guys like really, really important in the workforce when you guys get older? Just being able to have social skills.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You being able to talk while other people have to text each other. I mean, have you seen this at restaurants? You got kids nowadays, they go on dates and they're
And you're
texting
like
each
that.
other
Yeah.
at the table, like from across each other. You know, and I'm big
Ladies,
on
if you're on a date and he's texting you, listen,
Run.
it's time to go. And
run.
you can pay your own tab.
Yeah.
It's time to go.
Yeah. I tell you this.
That's
so-
a big thing with me. Like when I'm dating somebody, I don't want you on your phone.
No.
Oh, no,
And,
no, yeah.
like and it's okay because you know we have kids and things like that to have it but a lot of times I'm like Like
Yeah.
you shouldn't be surfing Instagram.
No.
You shouldn't be looking
It just
on
lets you know. It makes you
Facebook.
feel like the guy's not interested
Yeah.
or bored. You know.
Yeah, and sometimes there's no conversation, but think of some conversations.
Yeah,
like I think
absolutely.
that's a big deal breaker.
Yeah, 100%. I tell. So I go on dates with my daughter.
Oh, I go on dates with Harry.
Yeah, I go on
Yeah.
dates with my daughter.
He likes to get on his phone, and I'm
and we
like, "Can you put
talk.
the phone
You know
down?"
what she does? She actually puts the phone to record her dad because she thinks her dad's a player or was a player in high school. And I'm like, I wasn't a player. So
Juice is coming out. Oh yeah, what else does she think? Pour me some more.
no, well, we won't get into that because we don't have any time. But
No, we
so
still,
yeah,
because
we
like
have
an
to-
hour. We're only at 45 minutes.
No, we don't have enough time.
Oh wow, he has that many stories.
I'm like, oh, no.
Wow.
Oh.
That's a whole episode.
All
within
right,
itself.
well,
and
next
that's,
episode.
listen, that's the intimacy that I have with my daughter. That's our secrets. So we'll leave that there.
I'll pay her.
Yeah, well, but
I love that though. You should.
oh no, absolutely. And then my
You should
wife
always
goes out
say
with
your
Benji,
kid.
and
Mhm.
and then I play wrestle with Benji. I beat him up all the time, but
Yeah, Harry's
he's getting
dad
stronger.
always.
Yeah,
Hey.
he's getting stronger for some reason.
It's funny.
I don't
It's
know
funny
if he
games until the day he chokes you out.
You're like, let me go.
You got that $5. We're going money.
Always wonder freaking money.
No, let me tell you something. Benji don't play. Benji's like, Benji has like a couple thousand saved up.
Yeah, Harry does too.
He's only like 12 years old. How do you have $1,000?
Harry left his wallet at school, and his new basketball coach, who's an old friend of mine, he's getting ready to be on his AAU team. So he's like, "Hey, I have Harry's wallet," and I'm like, "How do you have his wallet?" So I said, "Baby," I said, "Where's your wallet?" I don't know. I'm like, "You don't know where your wallet's at?" I said, "You have 4 credit cards in there. What do you mean you don't know where your wallet's at?" Yeah, I was gonna tell Dad when, because you're with your dad, and now you're on the basketball court with no wallet, because I have your wallet. And he's like, "Well, I moved all my money from my checking to my savings, so I should be
So
fine."
he's good. He's like, I lost my wallet.
First of
If
all,
you start
I
logging
couldn't
in.
even cry. I couldn't be mad because I'm like, okay, you were thinking on your feet, but I'm like, Harry, like, you gotta be smarter than that.
When he said, I froze,
Hey, it was
I froze
smart.
all those
Right.
cards. You
It
good? Don't worry about
was.
it. It's fine.
Smart. I'm like, and I didn't have much to say. I'm like, next time you leave your wallet and lose your wallet, tell your mom right
Why he
away.
was
I'll tell you what's crazy.
At all.
So Benji to me, he goes, so his mom's like, "What are you gonna buy me for my birthday?" Right? So he comes in, he's like, "Yo, Dad, I need money. Mom wants a gift." I'm like, "What? Don't you got money?" He's like, "It's my savings. I can't touch that."
Oh,
That's
good.
fashion.
No, That's the
Good.
excuse he uses every time, though.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? So he always
apparently
has
it's
savings.
working, right?
It is working. 'cause
And
I
now
do
he
feel-
has thousands in the bank, so something's working.
Yeah, something is working.
Right.
He don't spend no money.
No.
He makes us
What
spend
does
money.
he get that from, though?
I think. I can't say. I won't say it's
That
me.
took too long to
I
answer.
won't say it's me. It's got to be his mom.
Yeah.
But his mom's not frugal. She spends. It's got to be grandpa.
Yeah.
Or no, it's got to be. It's Vivi's brother. It's
Mhm.
Vivi's brother. You know why? I'll tell you why.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, first of all, I splurge, and I like we go out to dinner. We go out to lunch. We go anywhere. I'm always paying, right? But
I'll give him that. I do give him all that.
so,
No, yeah.
When are you going to lunch tomorrow?
tomorrow is
Around what
Thursday. I won't be at the office. I got a meeting.
Friday.
Friday.
Next week. You know what? Neville, just text me.
I got you. You know.
So back to the story. So anyway, see now you don't.
I was like, now you forgot the story.
God.
That means it wasn't true, people.
So, no,
That's
that-
how we end it.
With Benji, it's been.
He's
Can I
like,
get some
fill it
more
up.
tea?
I can't.
I need
I
more tea.
can't deal with
I need more tea. I need more tea. You know, if we're gonna keep Tiffany on for another 15 minutes, we need more tea. So
Do you need more tea?
this has been fun, though. This has been fun.
I know.
Mix?
No, it's
It's been
been
worked out.
just a little mix.
So we always this
Just a
channel.
little mix with caffeinated and non-caffeinated.
Just so
Yeah.
you
The
know
black
what the
tea and
channel's
green
all
tea.
about. So this channel, this year we're dedicating it to helping realtors, not just at La Rosa but everywhere else.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, one of the things we talked about last episode was contracts, right?
Who'd you have on
Yeah.
last time?
It was just us.
Yeah.
We
Okay.
just had a home team, but it was just we were talking about contracts and what's important in contracts because I had a person
Mhm.
that came to me just recently that wants to join the company and is kind of like strapped to his company because if he leaves, he's got like 3 pending properties. If he leaves, He's losing all his commission.
All of his commission?
All of it.
How do you feel about that, though?
I hate it. I hate that an agent does that. I'm okay with. So first of all, the way
I'm
that.
like, how do you feel about that? Let me tell you how I feel. Go ahead.
Tell me how you feel.
Oh, it sounds like you have a story.
Well, how do you feel about that? If you are wanting to transfer to another brokerage, do you think any of your compensation or any of your commission should be held back?
Yes.
Do I think any of my commission should be held back?
Yes.
To a certain
We'll
extent,
get
but I really don't think that brokers should be holding back 70% or even 30% of my commission.
What about you? Well, so why?
Why shouldn't they?
Mm-hmm.
So it really comes down to like how much support did that broker give me when I was there? Because if I'm leaving because I had no support and now you want to keep my money as well, this is why I'm leaving.
Yeah.
What if? Okay. So let me get.
Okay.
This is a hot topic.
Okay.
Why
This is
about
a
if you
hot
get-
topic, but
We only have a
say
few
that.
more minutes, so we got to get through this one quick.
Right. Well, I only say that because, I do agree. It depends on the reason why they're leaving. But you can't say, okay, well, this person left because of this, so this is valid. This person left because of this, because this isn't valid. But I don't know if I necessarily agree with it.
Well, the way I see it, based on the fact. Okay. So if there's going to
I
be,
had a situation like that
if there's
in
going to be a split.
Celebration office.
Okay.
I probably shouldn't have said that.
Okay.
Ah.
So in
No, I didn't.
no situation. So all I'm saying is this. So this is what I'm trying to
Can I
get at.
ask
This is what I'm trying to
before
get
we
at.
run out of time?
Go ahead.
So let's say Tiffany, the broker, has an agent that's leaving. They have 4 deals. We know Tiffany as giving support.
Yes.
She's gonna
No,
support her
I
agents.
know that it's
Are you gonna
it's
want to
difficult,
hold back
but
some of the commission?
that's where I guess it says it goes by kind of like if you.
It depends on the agent. It depends on the
I
situation.
think it depends.
And I
on
agree
the
with that. I agree with that,
situation,
but
and
this is the
that's-
problem.
I think that's
This-
the tough part because you
this-
can't say this situation is more valid than this
Well,
one.
this is the problem. This is the problem that I have. Even with that, if you look at a La Rosa contract versus other contracts, we have a 30%, right?
Why
At least
you
I
put our
know.
business out there.
So check it out. At least you know with us, 30% is the max. With other companies, they don't put it on there, which means that whatever they want to charge is what they're going to charge.
But what's different about our 30%?
What do you mean?
The 30% that we're allowed to hold back. What's different about ours?
So ours, we have the broker has the discretion to hold it or not.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
So it's
yes,
not mandatory.
and I will say this, some things are validated and some aren't.
Yeah.
And it's all going to depend on that
Don't get
broker.
choked up. Don't get choked
No,
up.
it's all going to depend on that broker. It's going to depend on that broker, and if that broker feels like that agent was serviced to the point where they'll be like, look, you know what, you did a great job. I'm not going to hold any of your commission. I know what you're going to do. If for some reason you feel like it's not greener on the other side,
Yeah,
and you want to
can
come back, you can come back.
See, I think that's my biggest thing is that what kind of, what taste are we leaving in that agent's mouth?
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like if we speak to family, passion, growth, and this is our culture, and we're supporting agents, and we this and that, but yet we're taking money from them. They're probably like, they don't really give a F about me. They just want my money. Like if they really cared, they would have, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I do agree. It's a tough situation.
But
to be
just-
in.
but
As
just
a
understand.
broker, I do understand.
It's a tough situation because at the end of the day, if that agent was a top producer and they're leaving because they were fed a fake story or whatever the case may be,
Mhm. No,
And- but
which
you're-
is 90%
yeah,
of the time.
but you're losing that income, and that income is only like, depending on the agent, depending on how many deals, it's very small, right? So 30% may not even be like you could turn around and say, okay, you know what, this agent used to make me $15,000 a year, but yet that agent made $500,000 a year,
Mhm.
right? So I'm okay with if the commission that I'm going to take that 30%, it's going to be over that 15. I'm willing to just take 15 and give them the rest, or not take anything at all if I
Yeah.
know what the situation is. But there's some situations where I'm okay with taking 15% from the agent, 30% from the agent, because at the end of the day, I know that agent's not coming back, and I know why they left. I have agents that have done bad things, and I had to fire them, and I had to take 30% because I had to protect myself. Because at the end of the day, what happens if a lawsuit comes? He's not going to pay for it. He's gone.
Absolutely.
I've had that happen. So it just depends. The thing about the contract that I totally agree with is that, and that I love, is that we at least have it in writing.
Yeah, we're transparent.
And we had an agent that came over to us. The agent, the broker took 80%, gave him 20%,
Yep.
and there's no stipulation on the contract. And this is a
Yep.
huge company.
Yep.
This is not one of the little ones. This is like a big boy.
Mm-hmm.
What does it start with?
It starts with a C
Starts with
and ends with a 1.
oh.
Bum bum bum.
So
yeah, I believe that though.
that being said, I love this. We need to do this again.
Yes, we'll do it again. We'll do it again. We'll have the mugs and then the champagne that I want us
Instead of
to
tea.
drink after when we finish because we drink
yeah,
tea during.
we drink tea during
this
the show.
is tea during the show.
So, like La Rosa Orlando Fashion, thank you for being on the podcast.
Thank you.
Yes.
If you like what you hear, like and subscribe. The
Yes.
reason we do this
Not
is
if you like what you hear, and like and subscribe any damn way. We don't care if you like it and hear what you heard or what you didn't hear. Just subscribe. This is good content, good information, great people, a great brokerage.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
go ahead.
I love the passion.
Sorry.
The passion was
Yeah.
amazing. The passion was amazing.
All right, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you can't. Go ahead. You took the floor.
No, you can't.
Listen, I love you.
Love
I'm
you.
glad that you came on.
Love you guys.
We've been waiting for. We actually had to. She's the first person that we actually had to wait weeks.
We
had to
did.
book
No, we
her.
actually had to book her.
We had to book her.
We
You guys are stupid.
Yo,
We
did you
booked her
call?
in 2022.
You had to call her publicist.
Yeah.
didn't
I've
you?
been traveling.
We had to call her
you guys.
publicist.
Oh my god. There was 3 calls I had to make before I even got to her.
Did you send her the contract to
Such
make
a
sure
good
she reviewed it?
She
No,
reviewed it,
okay.
altered it, and sent it back to me.
Yeah, that's how it is.
It was
I would
crazy.
do
So,
this all over.
This is what
again.
happens. You start here as a rookie, you get big in life, and then you figure out
We're
some
making
people.
things now. So
We're like the office that people just go through to become popular.
Right, but that's a
That's how
good thing. You
producing
start,
stuff.
you create.
we're like the living color. After you come here, it's like you blow up.
Yeah, exactly.
Jim
J-Lo.
Carrey, J-Lo, Jamie Foxx, all of it.
That's what I'm saying. So is there last question? And I do apologize. I forgot about this question.
Uh-oh.
Is there brokerage? Is a brokerage in the future?
Can we see broker Tiffany?
You can. Yeah, there will be a broker, Tiffany. There will definitely be a brokerage in the future for me.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
awesome.
So we'll talk about that more in the next
I don't
episode.
stop.
Yes,
Next
absolutely.
time.
So,
Next
Yeah,
time.
that's the
On
next
that-
level. That's
On
the
Next
next
that
level
note,
up.
we're gonna sign out.
Thank you so much for watching.
Bye.
See you next week.